All right, Mr. Taliaferro TV, how's everybody doing out there? NBA news, a lot of stuff going on right now in the NBA. You could have missed something. I want to put this out there. For those who don't remember or those who don't know, I did a video a couple days ago, right after the Oklahoma City Thunder were eliminated from the playoffs by the Portland Trail Blazers, and I told you guys straight up and down, Paul George needs surgery. Something is wrong with one, if not both, his shoulders. And in recent days, I have been proven right. It's not that often, according to y'all, it's not that often that I'm right. Let me at least gloat when I'm right for one time. It was clear as day to me that something was wrong with Paul George and his shoulder. Also, Russell Westbrook has went through some procedures as well. So what I want to do here is tell y'all, I think Paul George pretty much got his rotator cuff repaired, but they're phrasing it as he had surgery on a partially torn tendon in his right shoulder. And in the next couple weeks, Paul George is also going to have a small labrum tear in his left shoulder, a surgery on that as well. He will be reevaluated right before the 2019 NBA season. So it's very possible that Paul George could miss some time going into next season. Obviously, the Thunder dealt with Russell Westbrook missing time coming into this year, but Russell Westbrook's a freak of nature. And what did he miss, like 4 or 5 games? And then he ended up playing like the second week of the season, coming off of a knee procedure last summer. Russell Westbrook, also like Paul George, got some stuff taken care of. Not as serious as what Paul George gotten taken care of. Russ has already went through 2 procedures. One was a torn ligament in his left hand. It was a finger that needed to be repaired. And hopefully that explains one of the reasons why he was missing so many damn jump shots. And the other was an elevated elective arthroscopic procedure on his right knee. Russ's bounce didn't seem like it was in the past. Like, it definitely seemed a little bit off, and he got a procedure done with his knee. And I have been hearing that Russ needed a procedure on his knee for quite some time. I'm not sure if that took care of everything, but he's expected to miss like 3 weeks of basketball activity. So the good thing about Russ's situation is he'll be able to hoop this summer. Now, Paul George, on the other hand, I'm not sure he'll be able to hoop at all this summer. Russ is going to get some run in. Y'all know out on the West Coast, Rico Hines, some of these other guys, they got these, they do these scrimmages up and down, and a lot of guys hoop, like Russell Westbrook hooped with Rico Hines last year. Also, on the East Coast, C. Brinkley got a gym down there in New York. A lot of NBA players go hoop down there just to get some conditioning around July, August, around that spot. You know, there's a lot of it on YouTube last summer. Russ will still be able to compete. Paul George probably won't. But I knew something was wrong with Paul George. It was clear as day. Look, and to give Russell Westbrook and Paul George credit, because we didn't talk about them enough on the platform the last month or so, they ain't complained one bit. Every time they was asked how they felt, they shrugged it off. And give them credit for that. They didn't make excuses. They took their ass whipping by Portland like a man. I gave me a little rave goodbye to him and kept it moving. Salute to Russ and PG. They didn't complain, not one bit. Joel Embiid's complaining after every damn stomach virus he got. So salute to Russ and PG in that regard. But honest to God truth, to me, it was clear as day that Russell Westbrook wasn't himself this year. I know he's never been the most efficient basketball player, but he really wasn't efficient this year. And Paul George, I say around All-Star break, I noticed a shift in his game. He just was not the player that he was for like 3 or 4 months of the season when he was in the MVP conversation. That back end of the year was rough for PG. He was just as inefficient as Russell Westbrook. And that's never the case with PG. He's one of the more efficient two-way players we got in the league. Again, Russ and PG have both went through procedures. Paul George has one more procedure in the next couple weeks, and he will be reevaluated come right before training camp. I'll keep you guys up to date on this and more. You got to subscribe to the platform if you're not done so yet. Thank y'all so much for the time, love, support. I don't take it for granted. Salute. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids. They are now tuned in.
Yo, we locked in right now, Mr.
Mr.Taliaferro. Mr.Taliaferro.
Mr. Taliaferro. Shout out to Mr. Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr.Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV. Here with the triple B's. You can't do nothing but win.